Remember when a fast food burger actually felt like a treat? When the beef tasted like beef and the bun wasn't soggy before you took your second bite? We've all watched the quality slide downhill while the prices just keep climbing. You spend your hard-earned money and get something genuinely disappointing. It feels like the brands we grew up with, the names we've trusted for decades, are losing their way. The question is, in today's world, who is still getting it right? Where is it still worth spending your time and your money? And more importantly, who has fallen so far you wouldn't even recognize them anymore? Today, we're settling it. We've dug through mountains of data and real customer feedback to rank 14 of America's most iconic fast food burger joints from the absolute worst to the very best. Will your old favorite be crowned the king, or is it languishing at the bottom of the list? Stick with us to find out, because the results, from heartbreaking decline to humble heroism, will change how you see the drive-thru forever. The bottom of the barrel. Disappointment and inconsistency for Point. McDonald's, the shadow of former glory coming in at dead last. Number 14 is a name that's probably going to break a few hearts. McDonald's. I know, the Golden Arches were our first taste of fast food, built on Happy Meals and birthday parties. But we have to be honest, the burger we once loved seems to be a shadow of its former self. Despite the brand's promises of big changes, caramelizing the patties, respacing the sesame seeds, it just hasn't moved the needle according to the people actually eating them. The complaints are relentless. The beef patties are tiny, greasy, made from frozen meat, and often assembled so sloppily it looks like it was thrown in the box from across the room. One person summed up the general feeling perfectly. The only thing I've had worse is school cafeteria food. Ouch. The ultimate indictment? It seems the only way people are really enjoying a McDonald's burger these days is by building their own Frankenstein creations, like the notorious McGang Bang, shoving a hot and spicy McChicken patty right in the middle of a double cheeseburger. The fact that customers have to go to such lengths to fix the product tells you everything you need to know about the product's decline. Burger King, the maddening roll of the dice. Just, barely edging out its old rival, coming in at number 13, is Burger King. This was the great debate of our youth, the Golden Arches or the flame-broiled taste of the Whopper. At text, Burger King had one big hit, but these days the problem isn't that it's always bad. The problem is it's completely unpredictable. Ordering a burger here is a roll of the dice, with fans calling the experience meh or mid. The inconsistency drives people crazy. One user recalled getting a unicorn Whopper one time, a picture perfect creation that felt like a gourmet experience, only to return a few weeks later and get something that tasted like an old sock at the same location. It seems the double Whopper could be one of the best burgers out there, but only if you find that one, almost mythical location that gets it right. As one user put it, it's only good at the Burger King near my house. Every other one is garbage. Maddening inconsistency is why the king needs to check its crown. Hitu, Wendy's, coasting on a decades-old reputation. The chain that famously asked, "Where's the beef?" now seems to be asking a different question. Where's the quality? Coming in at number 12, Wendy's is still trying to coast on its old reputation. For decades, their edge was clear, fresh, never frozen beef and those square patties. But there's a common feeling that ever since founder Dave Thomas passed away in 2002, things began a slow fade. The promise of fresh beef is still there, but it doesn't seem to be enough anymore, with people complaining the burgers look messy and sad. For many longtime fans, the reason for the decline is pinpointed to one specific ingredient: the bun. One user remembered loving Wendy's when they had the higher quality Boss buns back around 2013, but they were swapped out for cheaper ones. It's a classic case of cutting corners, and the customers noticed immediately, leaving the brand in a state of general malaise. White Castle, the iconic, yet indigestion-inducing cult classic at number 11, we have a brand that is truly in a category of its own. White Castle. This chain has been around for over a century, selling tiny, steamed burgers called sliders. This isn't your typical grilled patty. They're steamed over a bed of onions, giving them a completely unique flavor and texture. For many, it's the ultimate late-night food, a rite of passage but satisfying that craving comes with a price. And I'm not just talking about money. There's a friendly warning that comes with every sack of sliders, as one Redditor bluntly warned. Just make sure you don't have to be anywhere important afterwards or the next day. The farts are crazy stank. The consensus is that sliders always look like they've been stepped on, and the taste, while unique, doesn't exactly impress. White Castle earns its spot for sheer history and iconic status, but its lack of culinary excellence keeps it firmly near the bottom. The middle ground, hybrids, custard, and hidden gems 10. Freddy's frozen custard and steak burgers, the smash burger divide, at number 10. We have a newer face on the block, Freddy's frozen custard and steak burgers. Founded in 2002, they specialize in the smash burger, pressing the meat down hard on the hot griddle to create super thin, crispy, lacy edges. This style is the source of a fierce debate. Some people absolutely hate the thin patty, but those who love it are passionate, pitting Freddy's against heavyweights like In-N-Out and Culver's. One fan made a bold claim, saying the Freddy's Double California Burger is better than In-N-Out's Animal Style. So why is it only at number 10? Because of that division, it's simply not for everyone. As one comment summed it up, Freddy's is pretty good, not the best. Kind of like Culver's and Steak and Shake had a baby. Dairy Queen, the ice cream shop. Surprise! What if I told you the next spot? Number 9 is held by a place you probably go to for blizzards and dilly bars. That's right, coming in at number 9 we have Dairy Queen, and they are quietly making some seriously good burgers. The secret, it seems, is a little bit of heat. People rave about one burger in particular, the flamethrower Stack Burger, with its signature orange sauce. One fan put it poetically, "I don't know what it is about their sauce, but I'll walk to China on my elbows for a jar of that." The catch with Utext Dairy Queen is the same as Utext Burger King. It can be a gamble, with quality varying wildly from location to location. And there's the guilty pleasure element. People seem almost embarrassed to admit they like Utext Dairy Queen Doc's burgers. But the fact is, enough people secretly love them to land the ice cream shop in the top 10.8. Jack in the Box, the underrated midnight monster. If you're on the West Coast, you know exactly who this is. Coming in at number 8, we have Jack in the Box. This brand is unapologetically itself, the king of satisfying late-night munchies. While they might be famous for their tacos or the sourdough jack, those in the know understand there's a real gem on their burger menu, the Bacon Ultimate Cheeseburger. This monster, with 2 beef patties, bacon, and 2 kinds of cheese, Swiss and American, is a well-constructed burger where every ingredient plays its part. But here's the strange thing. Their burger seems to be hiding in plain sight. Even die-hard fans often don't think to order a burger, making it the most underrated item on their own menu. A solid, delicious choice that's surprisingly overlooked. What a burger! The cult of consistency and loyalty. We are heading deep into the heart of Texas for number 7. If you're from the South, you don't just know Whataburger, you live it. The loyalty to this chain is fierce. Their whole philosophy was built on a simple idea. Make a burger so good you'd exclaim, "What a burger!" and so big you needed 2 hands to hold it. The incredible thing about Utext Whataburger, so according to its fans, is the consistency across the entire menu. People don't just love one thing. They love the patty melt, the sweet and spicy bacon burger, and the double meat Whataburger. To really understand the loyalty, you have to talk about a ghost from the menu's past. The A1 Thick and Hearty Burger, discontinued in 2009. That kind of enduring love for an item that's long gone earns Utext Whataburger a solid spot on our list. Steak and Shake, top-tier taste. Tragic experience. Our number 6 spot is a bittersweet story about a true survivor. Steak and Shake. The problem is absolutely not the burger. Die-hard fans will tell you their steak burgers are some of the best around, with a cult-like devotion to the Frisco melt, a double patty melt on thick-cut, buttery, toasted sourdough. When a burger is so good you can't duplicate it at home, you know they're doing something right. But here's the tragedy. The food is fantastic. The experience is a disaster. The service is poor, the quality is inconsistent, and the biggest issue is that it is painfully slow. People tell horror stories of waiting in the drive-thru line for over 45 minutes. As one person put it perfectly, "It's very good for a fast food burger, but my issue is it's never fast." A top-tier burger let down by a bad customer experience is why it's stuck here at number 6. The Elite 5. Quality, innovation, and value. The standard for Western innovation. We have officially cracked the top 5. This spot belongs to a true game-changer, a pioneer that set the standard for the Western-style burger, Carl's Jr. Long before other chains started experimenting, they created one of the most iconic burgers of all time, the Western Bacon Cheeseburger. They were doing this back in 1988, having a stroke of genius by looking at a burger and saying, "Let's put an onion ring on it." From the beginning, Carl's Jr. positioned itself as a more premium option, using higher quality ingredients and charging a little more for it. They were one of the first to break the cheap and fast mold, and it paid off. The rally cry is clear. The whole idea of a burger with barbecue sauce, cheese, bacon, and onion rings is genius. Five Guys, the architect of your own masterpiece. At number 4, we have a brand that took a completely different approach. No fancy named burgers, just fresh beef, fresh potatoes, and a list of free toppings that lets you be the architect of your own meal. Five Guys. When you walk in, it's no frills. You see the sacks of potatoes stacked up and your food being cooked right in front of you. Their philosophy is simple. The best burger is the one you design yourself. But here's the ultimate proof of their quality. While you can load your burger up with everything, many purists argue that you shouldn't. There's a whole school of thought that says Five Guys burger is so good it needs no makeup. When your basic product is that good on its own, you know you're in the top tier 3. In-N-Out, the holy trinity of West Coast legend. No burger list is complete without a debate over this one. At number 3, we arrive at a West Coast legend with a near-religious following. In-N-Out. Yes, the hype is real. It was Anthony Bourdain's favorite restaurant in Los Angeles. Their secret? A ruthless simplicity. Their focus allows for a level of consistency that's almost impossible. Everything is always fresh, always in its place. Then there's the not-so-secret, animal-style menu, part of the cultural experience. But what truly elevates a text In-N-Out and in today's world is the value. In an age of rising prices, text In-N-Out remains a mecca of affordability. As one fan put it, when you consider price, text In-N-Out is number 1 every day and twice on Sundays. You are getting top-tier quality for a price that feels almost unbelievable. In-N-Out takes the number 3 spot thanks to a holy trinity, unwavering consistency, incredible value, and a cult-like devotion from its fans. Shake Shack, the new school gourmet powerhouse, in the runner-up spot at number 2. We have a new school powerhouse that started as a humble hot dog stand in New York City and grew into a beloved global gourmet burger giant, Shake Shack. This is an elevated burger that demands a premium price, but the fans say it is absolutely worth it. The signature Smoke Shack, an Angus beef cheeseburger with applewood smoked bacon, shack sauce, and spicy cherry peppers, is a favorite, with one fan calling it legitimately my favorite burger on the planet. But what truly elevates text Shake Shack to the number 2 spot is the bun. The potato bun. Soft, resilient, lightly toasted, it's the perfect vessel for those high-quality ingredients. It doesn't get soggy, it doesn't fall apart. Sometimes it's the smallest details that make the biggest difference. Culver's, the humble hero and undisputed king. And then there was one. The crown for the best fast food burger in America, according to the fans, goes to Culver's. That's right, the humble hero from the heartland takes the top spot. If you've never had one, you might be asking, what is a butter burger? The secret is the bun, which is lightly buttered and toasted to a golden brown, creating a slightly crisp, delicious foundation. The patty is made from a fresh, never-frozen blend of sirloin, chuck, and plate beef, the kind of quality you'd expect from a high-end restaurant, not a drive-thru. The thing people love about Natext, Culver's, Nightwork isn't flashiness. It's balance. One fan described the Double Deluxe as a great balanced burger with fresh toppings, good quality, flavorful meat and bun. In the end, Text Culver's G wins because it gets the fundamentals right, but on an elite level. One Redditor said they'd pick to text Culver's honest for two reasons. A, their consistency, and B, the friendliness of service. A great burger that's great every single time served by friendly people. In today's chaotic fast food world, sometimes that's all that matters.